Hi, I'm David Ronnefalk and I'm here for HP Racing, and today I'm going to show you how I assemble my A-scale brakes. So the first thing I like to do is I want to completely make sure this hole here is oval on both brake pads. Like that, the brake pads will run freely on the screw and it will not bind up when you're running. I use my Dremel for this, and I have a hard tip here to make sure I go through the brake pad material, which is very hard, so that is what I start with. So now we have made sure the hole is oval and it will not bind up, as I said before. Second step is that I also like to Dremel a chamfer here on the side of the brake pad. When you change your diff oil or something like this, it's easier to get the disc in between the brake pads. It slides easier through there. And also, because I think sometimes after the brake disc gets worn or the brake pads, it kind of, I don't know, it's not very smooth when you want to brake, so it kind of sticks at some places, and like this you prevent that from happening. So I just touch a little bit here with the Dremel again. So brake pads are Dremeled and I'm done with that. So now I'm gonna put them on the plastic part here for the center diff mount. When you screw this one on here, like I've done now, what you want to make sure here when you put the brake pads on the plastic mount here is that you have the same distance from the screw head to the brake pad. So I always make sure that I put my distance here at 245. So now it's 2.6, I have to tighten it a little bit more. In that way, I always know that the brakes are gonna grab at the same time every time I build a new car. Yeah, 245. So as I said, you are gonna make sure that you get the best performance out of your brakes. So make sure to do this. I mean, you can play around with the amount of space you have between the head of the screw, but I have it at 245, which means my brakes are gonna touch pretty much instantly. It's not so much play here. You can make it bigger. In that case, the brakes will come later, as you have to use more brake to make it actually touch the brake disc. So I have it at 245. You can try this out, but you want to make sure they are the same left to right at least. So that is the most important here. So your brakes are assembled and it's time to put them in the car. So here I have my center diff already built and ready to go, and as I have the same distance both front and rear here, as I said, 245, it doesn't really matter which one you put on the front or in the back. So I put them on here, and after I put the top plate here on, and you're pretty much ready. I had a lot of people also asking me what kind of brake bias I use, and for most of the tracks and conditions on this car I like to use 50-50, so basically you have same front and rear brake. Sometimes when you have a track which is pretty smooth, like medium bite I would say, and you're looking for that little bit of rotation or steering into the car, I like to add a little bit more rear brake. So in that way I would do like 45 in the front and 55% in the back. So just a little bit more rear brake and you'll get the car to start to turn a little bit with the rear end when you hit the brakes. But I very rarely go more in the front. That is of course something that has to do with the driving style, so you have to try and see what you like. And I mean, it changes coming to different tracks as well with the different conditions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's something you have to try out. It's just something that I use. So when I come to a new track, I always start with 50-50, and then I have to see if I need more steering or feel like I can put a little bit more rear brake to my car. So yeah, I'm just gonna put these 4 screws here, and our build is complete today. You want to make sure that you don't over tighten those. In that way the brake leverage here, they will sometimes they get a little bit stuck, I would say. The fit is probably a little bit too tight when you over tighten the screws. So you tighten all the way and you have to check the brake leverage, and if they are free, no problem. If you feel they are a little bit hard to twist here. You just have to loosen quarter a turn or so on the screws. So I just tightened the last one here, and my brake leverage is free, and I hope you're gonna have some great brakes when you come to the track next time. So hopefully you liked the video, and make sure to check out the next one.